right now we want to talk about where he's been. It has been a couple of weeks since you've been back to work, and man, what an adventure you were on.
It was an adventure, Drew. It really was here. We were in Israel for about 10 days, and you know, it's one of those things here, you never think you're going to go. And I thought, we'll never go here. But we had, my wife's best friend, they attended church in Florida, and they go over every year, and they're trying to fill the tour.
Okay.
And they just fired us off an email here in the fall. Said, you want to go? And everything worked out. Management was nice enough to give me the time off. And so we went for 10 days, and we just had a blast.
A trip of a lifetime.
It really was a trip of a lifetime.
I was telling him, I'm like, I'm so glad, because you know he has the biggest social media following out there. If you don't follow Randy on Facebook, then you need to. You're missing out. But you provided so much fun over these couple weeks of just insights and videos into what you were doing and some of the highlights of the trip. We didn't get any questions that, hey, is Randy retired?
Yeah, after this trip, maybe. I think I found a job after I retire over there, seriously.
What is that?
There were one of the tour guides there at the Garden Tomb here where Christ was buried. He's from Connorsville.
No way.
And we hooked up over there, and he's a volunteer. He's retired. He says, if you're serious, Randy, after you retire about, you know, doing something like this, give me a call. So I'm not saying I'm going to do it.
Of course you would find someone from India.
Of course, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, big fan of Daybreak and that. But it was great. You know, we went to the Dead Sea. I also had a chance to ride a camel. Now, this is the Dead Sea right here, Drew. And I was kind of skeptical, saying, this thing is not going to, I'm not going to float. You will float in the Dead Sea. I guarantee it. They say you can get in there no longer than 5 to 7 minutes.
Why?
Because of all the salt that's in there. They said don't get it into your eyes.
Oh.
You know, don't put it into your mouth. It's that, and you lay down in the water and your feet go right up. And you start floating right there.
There you go.
I'm a big guy, and I could float across the entire Dead Sea, so that was kind of a unique experience there.
And there was no effort there?
No effort. The effort is trying to get back on your feet.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it was kind of hard to do, but you can just, you know, you can float across it. I don't think there's any, you know, life in the Dead Sea with all the salt there. And by the way, it is evaporating, and eventually there will be no longer a Dead Sea. It's going to evaporate away. There's not enough water going into it. Yeah. It may be 20 years from now, but it is going down.
One of our favorites that we shared while you were gone was the camel ride. What was that like? You kind of looked hesitant as you were getting
It was a little, it's hard to get your leg up. I mean, the camel, it's a big animal right there. So, you know, it got up. The camel's name was Honey, and I hung on. This was a last second decision here. The tour group, they're in the bus kind of waiting. But the guy said, go ahead and do it. So we went just for a short little.
So did you want to do that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You know, the thing is, I felt bad. My wife really wanted to do it, but once I got off, they said, we got to go.
Oh, no.
So I know. So
bummer.
We'll have to go back. I thought we'd be somewhere else we could do the camel ride, but that was the only spot we found.
So I hear you have a really funny story about an elevator. I haven't heard this one.
Oh, yeah. You haven't heard this
one?
No. This was in the hotel, and it was on Saturday, and we were going down one of the elevators, and it stopped at every floor. I mean, every floor it stopped.
Yeah.
We thought, this thing is broken. Why did this thing just go on down? The next day, someone says, oh, no, that's the Shabbat elevator, the Sabbath elevator.
Okay.
The Sabbath day is Saturday over there, and they're not allowed to do any work at all. And so they have an elevator for the Jewish people where they don't have to press the buttons. It just automatically stops at each floor. They consider that work, pressing the buttons to go down an elevator.
Wow,
isn't that amazing?
That is.
That blew me away. I thought, this thing's broken. Let's get this thing fixed, you know? They said, no. And so every hotel, they have the Sabbath elevator where it stops at every floor going up and down.
Really interesting.
Didn't know that. I did not know.
You learned a lot. You experienced a lot.
Yeah, it's a different world over there. I mean, they're zealous for their faith. I mean, you know, all kinds of faith and everything. So it was a fascinating trip. And we enjoyed it. I'm glad we went. When I go back again, I probably would. I'm not insisting on going back, but it was good to put the feet back on the U.S. soil here.
Sure. Do they have donuts over there?
No, I didn't see any. Somebody sent me a picture. They found a donut shop. I didn't find the one, so I had no donuts for 10 days. There's a lot of, you know, bread and stuff.
That's why you're able to float.
And the food was fantastic over there. I was surprised about, and it was so green for parts of Israel. They've learned how to, you know, to grow the crops and that. And
Irrigation and all that.
Irrigation and all that. I mean, the fruit was huge there. It's the land flowing with milk and honey, and it really is. So, and you know, this is Holy Week. We went by the supposed tomb where Christ was buried, and so that was kind of touching too.
Oh, that was really special for you.
Good Friday is this Friday, and Easter Sunday, and there it is. They don't know exactly where it is, but that's supposedly the tomb where Christ was buried, and he rose on the third day. So that's kind of special too. for believers, not like myself, this being Holy Week here and Easter Sunday. So it was a cool trip.
Clearly, and if you want to see more of this, of course, we have a photo gallery on wishtv.com of all of Randy's adventures, and like I said, follow him on Facebook, and you can go back to all of his posts over the last couple of weeks.
It was an adventure, and I'm thrilled to go, and I say thanks to management up there and down there for letting me go here. I mean, to be gone a little over 2 weeks here, that was kind of stretching.
Yeah.
Of course, at my age, they may want to say, yeah, go a little longer. Go ahead, we'll be glad to let you have some time off, but I appreciate that.
We are very glad you're back.
Good to be back.
And we're going to put you to work.
Oh, I got to do the weather. And the weather over there was fantastic. This is the time of the year to go. Upper 60s, 70s.
Ooh, that is
and
nice.
mainly dry. The desert gets pretty hot, but in the city there, Jerusalem and Bethlehem, it wasn't bad at all.
Good stuff.
So,
Not bad here today either.
Not bad. Let's show you outside here.